Right. Welcome everybody to this very, very, very special broadcast. This is a very, very, very special broadcast because um, I think it came impromptu. I kind of did not plan to do this, so it came really rather impromptu, and I want to believe that this is not just a coincidence or happenstance or circumstance. I'm trying to set up my stuff here. This is actually meant for somebody, and that somebody is you. Yeah, and that somebody is you. So I want you to know that the fact that you are watching me right now is only a proof that you are supposed to be a part of something great. You're supposed to be a part of something pretty huge. So I want you to do your best to invite people. If you're watching this on Facebook, I want you to share this as many times as possible. Do it as a deal to share this roughly 50 times. That's for those of you watching on Facebook. I'm the only one on Zoom, so I wouldn't say anyone should share the Zoom. I didn't share the Zoom link to anybody, but maybe I'm going to drop that Zoom link in a good pretty soon so that few people can join me at some point, so I can probably get their feedback and get to talk to them. But we are majorly live on YouTube, and for those who probably will be privileged to watch the replay of this, all right, so good luck to you. But we are live, so this is a very scary broadcast, and that is why you see that my background is grayscale, is white and black, and even me, I'm looking a bit pale. My color is not out. It's actually deliberate. Okay, so where are the people that are supposed to be here? I don't know. Where are they? Please invite them. We have quite a very low turnout right now, and I know that people are still going to join. So when I announced what I wanted to teach today, somebody said to me that some people should pay for this, sir. Why are you making this free? I say it's only free for now, maybe for this particular first one, and eventually it's going to be it's going to be a paid stuff. All right, so please do your people a favor, everybody that knows you, kindly share this on your status, share it on groups, share it everywhere so that they can come and be a part of this. We're going to be discussing the secrets of wealth. There are many things that a lot of us have believed over the years, and these beliefs we have are the foundation of our life experience as it comes to the journey of money. Life is not fair. Life is not equal. And you are naive at best. This is a compliment now. You are naive if you believe every other person is like you. You are naive at best. This is a compliment. I'm not insulting now. So you are naive and stupid. Still a compliment if you think that everyone else is kind as you are kind. Everyone else is taking life easy as you are taking life easy. Everyone else wishes everyone good the way you wish everyone good. You are naive and stupid at best. How about worse? I don't want to say, but at best, that is what you are, if that is how you still take life. So tonight is going to be a life-changing experience for everyone who's watching this. And I know this is impromptu. I know a lot of you did not know we're going to do this. We did not plan. I mean, the only thing we plan for is the mind-blowing session I'm going to have in with one of the greatest lady I've met in the last few years. We're going to be talking about building an empire online through sales funnel, and it's massive. 2 funnels actually. It's massive. Traffic hacking live tomorrow. You should not miss it. But today is impromptu, and I understand that a lot of you are pulled out of different things you are probably doing. But the good thing is that this is the life-changing experience a lot of you will refer to in the next 30 years, in the next 40 years, in the next 50, 60, 70 years. Tonight is going to be that night that changed everything. Tonight is going to be that night that turned everything around for you. And I want you to make sure that whatever you do, you don't drop off this. I might remove this live stream from the platforms and not save it. So you want to make sure you stay glued and follow through everything that I'm going to be sharing tonight, everything we are going to be discussing tonight. And I would like you to communicate as much as possible. I would like you to give feedback as much as possible when I ask questions, because I'm going to be asking questions. All right. So, number one thing I would say, or a precursor of what I'm going to say, is that things that work get less attention from people. Things that don't work get more attention from people. Let me repeat that. Things that work get less attention from people, and things that do not work, all right, get a lot of attention from people. So next time when there is a phenomenon or something and you see a lot of people rushing it, it is time for you to take a chill pill, because at best it's a hoax. At best it's just a deception, all right, to gather as many people as possible. All right, things that work have less people paying attention to it. And that is why right now I'm not having thousands of people viewing, but later on you're going to have quite a number of people. So that's just to tell you that we are not plenty on Facebook, we're not plenty on YouTube, we're not plenty on Zoom. I'm the only one on Zoom. We're not plenty yet. Hopefully with your help we're going to get more people on, but please learn this and use this as a yardstick to measure some of the things you should pay attention to when it comes to things that are supposed to work financially for you. Things that produce wealth often gather little or no crowd, but things that waste people's time, things that waste people's money, things that bless people with hope but no results, always gather crowd. Let's remember that, and let's never forget that, and use it as a yardstick to measure the things that we want to pay attention to. So tonight we're going to be talking about the secret of wealth, and I'm going to be revealing, maybe to some people for the first time, maybe to a few people you've had it before, maybe some of you don't even know it at all. And if you know the secret of wealth, the question therefore is, why are you not wealthy? If you know the secret of wealth, the question is, why are you not wealthy? For the people who think that they know the secret of wealth, if you truly know the secret of wealth, why are you not wealthy? It's a very, very deep stuff that you should think about. It's a very, very deep stuff that you should consider. All right, if indeed you know the secret of wealth, why then are you not wealthy? So maybe what you think you know, what you think is the secret of wealth, it's necessarily not the secret of wealth. I'm going to start out by using myself as an example. And before I go into talking about myself, hopefully I will be allowed to share some deep personal history, personal experiences that I probably have not shared in public. I'll probably be able to share those things today. All right, but this thing I'm about to share with us today, all right, the secret you're about to find out today is what every billionaire, every massive millionaires in US dollars, I'm not talking in local currencies, because there are so many people who call themselves billionaires in my country, Nigeria, for example, and they are poor people. They actually just call themselves billionaires. You are not a billionaire until the currency behind your billion is in US dollars or pounds. So you're not even really a millionaire in dollars. You're just a few millions of dollars attached to your hand. I mean, what some people collect for a movie role, It's all you have ever amassed, and you know let people hear what. So it is very important that we understand context when we're talking about that. So all billionaires that you know or that I know, famous people, celebrities, all of these great and mighty people of the world, of this earth, all right, that you and I know, all right, they are all practicing what I'm about to reveal to you. They are all practicing what I'm about to reveal to you. Big pastors, mighty prophets, very, very huge rulers, president, dictators, all of them. I'm talking top-notch secret societies. You know the Illuminati. I'm not sure if I'm permitted to mention names here, but I just want to give you an idea. All of these people, this really is what is at the base of the things that they do. This is what at the base of their practice. This is what's at the base of the things that they are able to project. All right. So it is very, very important, very, very important that we pay attention to this, because really this is the key, is the key thing. All right, it's the key thing. So having laid this foundation and we understood this, I'm going to be drawing a bit from multiple sides. The secret society, I'll be drawing from the Christian faith, which I believe as the most fundamental, both from the Judaism, which is the foundation of what we know as the Christian faith, and Judaism and Islam have very serious similarities because they draw from the same source, and that same source is Abraham. All right, a lot of you know him as Ibrahim or Abraham. All right, so he's the source of the two religions, Judaism and of course Islam. And the Christians also calls him the father of faith. All right, so he's also the friend of God, is also the founder or foundation, as it were, of the Christian religion as well. So the three major religions on the planet all draw from the same source. All right, and this source is about this major secret I'm going to be sharing with you. Everyone who made billions, everyone who made a lot of money, or who is making it, or things are working for, they are owning things and colonizing everything, they all follow a few sets of rules. And these rules, they are not permitted to share. These rules, they are not allowed to talk about. These rules are what is have you ever thought about you doing, maybe you attend a seminar and a billionaire comes to speak, or you watch a billionaire's video online, and you try to do every of the secret or principles that he talked about, but you did not become a billionaire. You did not make this a similar kind of money. Your story did not even change. You probably even went worse or gotten worse. Have you ever thought about it? Have you ever thought about, with all the things you know, you are still broke, you are still struggling, you are still just a few millions in, a few billions in, you still don't have a lot, you still struggle? Have you ever thought about it? So the real reason, the real thing that produces the wealth for them, they do not share. And like I said, this is only for the strong mind. If you know you don't have strong mind and you are afraid you will not be able to sleep, please drop off this call now, because what I'm about to share, like I said, I'm not sure I'm permitted to share it, and I hope some people will not come for me at the end of the day. Something happened to me some years ago. For the first time, I was able to see billions in my local currencies, and I had so much control of funds that at some point I did not know what to do with money. I had quite a lot of them, several hundreds of millions, and I do not know what to do with it. And I got an email from the most popular secret society in the world. You will know their name, I will not mention them. They start with I. You get. So they sent me a mail and congratulated me and stuff and all that, and then said that they would like me to apply to be a part of them. And then they shared some of the things that they are about and all of that and all of that, and so many promises and all of that. They showed me profiles of mighty people that a lot of you admire, has been part of them. Incredible stuff. I shared this with a pastor friend. He was shaking when he saw the level of stuff that was showed. Well, I ignored the message they sent me again. Eventually, they stopped sending anyway. Now, that came when I got to a certain level that I've not gotten to before in wealth, control of money. All right, it's still small, but got to quite a bit in that context. All right, guys. So, somebody on YouTube, you have clicked the wrong icon. Why do you click the one that is down? It should be the one that is up. If you just click like now, go back. You click the wrong like. I'm assuming that the person clicked the wrong like. Okay, so let's continue. Please, I want you to stay glued to all I'm saying. And if you can get something to write, please write. This is very, very important. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me talk a little bit about me. And then I'm going to link it to what I stumbled upon and how it has worked for me, and how it is still going to work for me, and how it has worked for a lot of people, and how it can work for you. Oh, another person has done the thumbs down. Thank you. Love you doing thumbs down. How it has worked for me. You can click it again. It will unclick so that it will not be registering there. All right. If you do the thumbs up, YouTube likes it and then shares it so that more people will see it. So it is very important. Hey, thank you for undoing it. The first person to go and undo your own. Thank you. It's very important. The way this thing works, they like, good this thing so that they can make the content go viral. Although this content is one I may take down afterwards. But let's just see how we can roll with this. So I came from a family where my father was a military officer, and as at the time that I was born, he was a retired military officer. I think he had retired for 2 years or so at the time that I was born. So I was a child of his old age. He had served for about 36 years in the military at the time, and then my mom was a housewife, full, complete housewife. And my dad was to live on pension. I think he had used all his gratuity to do bets and stuff and what have you. Only God knows what he used it for. But the point is, we could not go to school because there was no money for school. And when you ask my dad, he would tell you he is about to make money because of the bets and football pools that he was playing, and when he makes money we will go to school. So I have older ones who are way older than I am, and they have not gone to school. Some of them had to stop school because there was no money, and my mom was like, all the other children in the compound are going to school, why will my children not go to school? So she decided to start a business against my dad's instruction also. So she started the business and then started to sell akara. And so from this akara business that she was doing, akara is beans cake, for those of you who are probably not Nigerian. All right. And so she was doing this business, and she was able to raise money and then enrolled myself and my older brother in school. And so we started going to school, and they had my younger sister after that, and of course she too was able to go to school, and that was how I was able to go to school. Now, I was going to one of the poorest schools around, but was still a private school at the time because it was owned by our church. So at some point the church decided to increase the school fees. So when the church increased the school fees, my mom could no longer pay, so she withdrew us from there, and we had to go to government school that was free. Now, this is public school. It was even an Islamic school. It was so interesting that I learned everything I know about Islam from my years in that school and my secondary school. My secondary school was also an Islamic school. All my friends are sheikhs, what do you call Afars and Islamic scholars and all that. So, so almost all the things I know about Islam, I learned from there. And I've also led prayers at the mosques before. I could recite the Quran. I know quite a bit of things about Islam during those my early years, and that was how life began. But though I was attending the poorest school, I was still the most brilliant among my peers. There is a politician man who was probably the richest man on the streets at that time. Whenever he's around, he gathers all the children and starts to do spelling bee for us. So it asks us to spell different things. And I was like the only one who could spell almost every word he throws at me. So he liked me because of that. And this man was also a very spiritual man. He attends a white garment church. And most times he does all kinds of not explainable things. My point is, most of the people who are spooky, most of the people who have one secret or another, that are a certain set of rules that they follow, there are things that they do that make wealth come easily to them. So tonight I'm going to be teaching one that I have found out is the deepest one and that has worked for me, and how you can use it to work for you. After tonight's lecture, some of you will start to see some amount of money that you have never dreamt could come to you before today. Some of you will go back to how you were, you will not make anything. Some of you will make way much more. Some of you will probably be worse. So please, if your heart is not strong, go back now. If your heart is not strong, go back now. I'm going to give you one last chance. I'll take my interlude, and please run away from this live broadcast if your heart is not strong. Right, welcome back. This is not Traffic Hacking Live though, but I'm using that interlude. I think I need to create an interlude that is just doesn't have a branding. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's continue this. So that was the way we started, and we struggled to eat. Everything we did in the family was from this akara business that mom was doing. But there was one thing I noticed about our business. It was that she was running a deficit continuously. She was running a deficit. She was making losses. She was not making profit. She was owing her vendors very serious debt. So sometimes when they pay our dad arrears, or pay, because sometimes they pay them like 1, 3, 5 times a year, they don't quite pay them every month. So the money becomes a bit of bulk. So he gives Momsy a part, and then they settle part of the debt, maybe like 2%, 10% kind of the debt. You know, so I know that every crusade that happens in town, my parents go there and then they pray very hard. Mom was a deaconess in a church, and she's the leader of the prayer warrior, you know, poor prayer warriors. Very interesting stuff. And I'm saying that most Christians approach the matter of wealth the wrong way, and I'm going to break all of that today. It is not prayer meeting that we'll get into that. Let's just keep it up. All right, so cut the long story short, that was how we were. And I would always look at my mom every time we are coming back from selling akara in the midnight, well, everyone else. This class is a very, very, if your mind is not strong, get out kind of class. I used to look at my mom and I'd be like, why are we outside in the midnight when everyone else is sleeping? Why are we outside? Why are we trying to do all of this? Why can't we also be the ones in the car? Why don't we also live in the fine houses around? Why this, why that, why that? And I would always say that somehow I will find a way to make money. And when I do, I'm going to take care of this woman. Every time, that was my desire. Every time. I was young, probably 12 years old at the time. So fast forward when I was 15, I wanted to do virtually anything possible, not illegal things, but everything possible. I tried all kinds of business, and we'll probably get to talk about a few of that, but I want to quickly just pick a few things from my story which might be similar to your story. All right, some of you had it better, some of you had it worse, some of you had it similar to mine. But whatever level your past story or your life story or your family story is, you can paint a picture of where you are and be able to see how what I'm going to show you today can help you. Okay, so if you're getting value already, I want you to share this. Hit the share button, share this everywhere. If you're on Facebook, please share this 50 times. Keep on sharing, don't stop, keep on sharing. All right, keep on sharing. I see some people have joined me on Zoom. God bless you, thank you. All right. All right, fantastic. Okay, so back to my story. I struggled, did everything I know was necessary. I checked everything, and nothing worked. Life can only be a little bit easy here, a little bit easy there, but the struggle continues. So there are so many things I was struggling to do. I was struggling to become. All right, so many things that I was struggling to do and become that was not working. Was not just going to work. Yusuf is saying they are not what people think they are, of course. Okay, one thing that I need us to understand as a foundation is that life is an adventure of secrets. Life is an adventure of secrets. There are layers of secrets. There are layers and layers of secrets. So let's just keep that in mind as we continue. So I found out that in my adult life, I tried everything I know. I tried network marketing. I tried e-commerce. I tried consulting. I tried public speaking. I tried selling, hawking with my head. I tried all kinds of business. I tried video club. I tried I tried printing, photocopy, game shop. I tried agriculture, farming. I tried real estate. I tried, which other one did I try? I tried selling drugs, not medicine. I mean, not hard drugs, but medications and stuff. I tried virtually everything I know I could do. All right, but in all of this, it was just a bunch of struggle. Things did not work out. Money did not come, and all that. I tried training corpers. I worked with a company. I started my own at some point. Everything was just back and forth like a circle. Nothing really worked out. Nothing really became what life was supposed to be. All right. And a couple of years ago, my life changed completely, because for the first time for me, I was able to see millions in my account. I was able to see myself having the things that I only dreamt about. All right, something that I've only dreamt about, that I've not I didn't believe could happen to me, at that point. What happened between the point, because this particular year I'm talking about, at the beginning of the year I was homeless, which means I couldn't pay rent, and I was already thrown out. They locked my things out. They locked me out, locked my things in. Then later on, they locked. The caretaker allowed me stay in the house for about 2 weeks, and then afterwards just sent me out. So the landlady came one evening and then threw my pot of soup. I told that story before. My pot of soup was what pained me the most. That they just threw away. So it was really, really a big deal at that particular point. So that was the experience that I had you know, uh, at that time, at the beginning of that year. And my life moved from there, grow and grow and grow to a level where within 6 months, I had gathered over 27 million naira, I think, at that time in my account. Somebody who was homeless in January, by September of the same year, had almost 30 million in his accounts together. Not that I did statement of accounts. No, I mean account balance was 27 million plus account balance. I remember at the beginning of the year, somebody transferred 212,000 naira to my account, and Guarantee Trust Bank was the bank. They locked the account. They said irregular transfer, that this account has not received this type of money before, hence maybe I had just defrauded the person. So he said irregular transfer. So he could not go. So they asked me to call the person who did the transfer to confirm to the bank that his two eyes were opened at the time that he was going to make that transfer. It was a very, very funny, very, very funny. Was a very okay. Well, somebody say if you not use the word, it's not drugs, or it's a medicine. It's medicine. A supplement. Oh my goodness. All right, so guys, so that was the kind of transformation that I saw within a year. And that transformation did not just come because I worked harder that year. That transformation did not come because of any other thing that I probably had been trying to do, but it came because of what I am going to share with you today. All right. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the secret, the base of everything that makes the billionaires, all these people, what it made them. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's start this way. Number one, the most important rule to make money. I did not realize this. A couple of years ago, one of my PA asked me a question. He said, "Sir, a lot of people attributed making their first millions to you. Please, what is the secret?" And I told him, follow simple instructions. That was what I told him. Follow simple instructions. Follow simple instructions. Ladies and gentlemen, between wine and water, which one is more expensive? Answer me. Between wine and water, which one is more expensive? If Mr. A is selling wine and Mr. B is selling water, which of the two will most likely be richer? Mr. A, the wine seller, or Mr. B, the water seller? Which of the two will most likely be richer? Give me an answer. Wine. Yeah? Wine. Fantastic. So it means that water represents efforts. Wine represents results. Water represents effort. Wine represents results. Water, effort, hard work is common everywhere. Everybody have access to water, because even your body is made 75 or 80% of water. The earth itself is made 80% or so of water. Water is everywhere. So it's a ubiquitous uh, there is less demand for it, the price or the worth or the value of that commodity goes down. Economics 101. The higher the supply, the lower the price. The higher the demand, the higher the price. So when something has a low demand because of the so many supplies it has, the price goes down. It becomes worthless. It tends to zero. Do you understand this economics? Yeah. So because water is so abundant, is everywhere, it is worthless. But wine is not everywhere. Wine is pretty expensive. Wine is for the elite. Wine is for the noble. Wine is for the rich. Wine is for the few. Wine is for the rich. And it's only accessible by a few. And this few has to pay a premium to even access it. So wine equals a result and wealth. Water equals efforts, general inputs, hard work. What everybody on the street of Lagos are doing on Monday morning is water. What a few people are doing in some Eden VIP clubs in Dubai or some other parts of the world is wine. Because that's where they close multi-billion deals over some cups of wine. So wine represents a lot of abundance of wealth. Water represents abundance of struggle because everyone can struggle. Ozu is the word for the poor. Please check it. Is the word for the poor. So many things I'm going to share with you tonight, as much as God permits me to release this information to you. And I'm helping a lot of mind right here today. I want you to share this everywhere. If you are getting value, I'm about to enter this. I'm about to enter this. I want you to share this everywhere. Something massive is going to drop. So now that we have established the meaning of water and the meaning of wine, I want to blow your mind for the first time tonight. Jesus Christ performed the foundation and the firsts of his miracles by turning water to wine. I want that to sink in. Jesus Christ performed is number one, which is the foundation of his miracles by turning water to wine. Let me repeat that. The first miracle of Jesus was turning struggles to wealth, was turning efforts also to a lot of money. That was his first miracle. His first miracle was turning water. That was why I established what water meant and established what wine meant. His first miracle was turning water into wine. So hold on. How did water, which is where a lot of you are right now, it is affiliate marketing that is selling. You are doing it. You are doing it, but you're not getting nothing. It is banking. Oh, you are banking. Oh, it's real estate. Oh, you are trying. And somebody will pick a very funny business type, all right, and become a billionaire in no time with a funny business type. And you that you are working on a lucrative business, you are still struggling. You are in water. you need to make a leap into wine. Now, I'm not saying go and take alcohol. Don't take that literally, ladies and gentlemen. I'm saying symbolically, you are in water. You are in a place where everyone else have access to. You are in a point in your life where your life activity, everything that represents you, is doing the same thing that everyone else is doing. But there is a place where little effort brings a lot of abundance. That is what we call wine. So, ladies and gentlemen, how did he do it? How was it done? How did water become wine? How did water become wine? The answer is the biggest lesson in the world. The biggest lesson in the world. Let me tell you the story for those who don't know the story. There was a wedding, Jesus was invited, people were drinking and marrying, and all of a sudden the wine finished. And they went to meet the mother of Jesus, said, wine has finished. I mean, it's just stupid of them. I mean, is mother of Jesus the owner of the feast? Is she the event planner? Is she the mother of the bride or mother of the groom? Why did they go and meet her? That's a teaching for another day. But then they went to meet her, and then he went to meet his son, Jesus Christ, and said, "Pikin, Afana," said, "Then say wine don't finish." So, Madam, leave me, my time never reached. So, the woman left. That was where the stuff finished too, and then went to the followers of Jesus, Peter and co, and said to them, "This is the secret. Whatever he tells you to do, don't question. Do it. Whatever he tells you to do. Whatever. Keyword. Whatever. Keyword. Do it." One of the biggest brand in existence, probably the number one brand right now, is a carrier of that message. You wonder why that brand is very powerful. Just do it. I said the first principle of building wealth is follow simple instruction. She said, whatever he tells you to do, just do it. Ladies and gentlemen, the number one secret of all secret society who have money is obedience to the letter. To the letter. The government organization that has that similar power is the military. Maybe not Nigeria and Misha, but the military. And the military operates on one principle: obey the last command. Just obey it. Just obey it. One of my sweetest songs then says, "Trust and obey. There is no other way." Trust and obey. So whatever they say. Do you know the number one problem a lot of you have is you are too smart. You know too much. You question everything. You doubt everything. You question everything. Why is this like this? Why is that like that? Don't fucking question anything. Just do it. Just do it. So if you have studied secret society or anything, you will notice that anything they tell you to do, anything, whatever it is, just do it. Whatever it is that they tell you to do, just do it. Some of you are in a hurry. You want me to just say, and the thing is this. Oh yeah, everybody, thank you. That's also part of it. That's also part of it. Obedience is the number one. So, if anybody is in any secret society or anybody is in one secret thing or they are making money, any billionaire, they obey simple instructions. And these simple instructions are the hidden things that produces the very insane wealth results that they get. So the woman told them, whatever he tells you to do, do it. And what did he tell them to do? So go and gather water. Go and gather water. Pour it and draw out and take to the chairman of the feast, the event manager, and have him to test the water. And then when the chairman said, where did you put this good wine? This wine is better than all the wine you have been supplying. Where did you keep this wine? Gather a lot of water, the effort of the masses, gather it and put it in the container and draw out wealth. Somebody type obedience, obedience, obedience. Type it everywhere you are. Zoom, YouTube, Facebook, just type it, obedience. Number one. Number one. Number one. Number one. I'm going to teach you a few things tonight. And somebody remind me, we need to turn this to a book. Yeah, hopefully they will allow us sell it because we want to open their secrets. We are opening their secrets. And I'm going to go a lot deeper. Please, this is the second level. If you know you are not strong, this is the time to run away. I'm going to code a lot of things, but I'm going to be sharing with you mind-blowing secrets. Mind-blowing secrets. God have mercy. God have mercy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Obedience. Thank you. If you are privileged to watch this replay, this is the time to stop now and hit the share button, copy the link and post it on your status and beg everybody to click it and come and watch. If you're watching live, do the same thing right now. If you're watching live, do the same thing right now. I'll give you about 20 seconds to quickly do that, and I'm going to be back. Right, welcome back. welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back. All right, so we've established the first thing. So every secret society, make sure that their members do not disobey, and to ensure that they have dire consequences for those who disobey the things that they are told to do. There are dire consequences for those who disobey. And you would notice, those of you who follow the Judaism religion or the story of the children of Israel from those who are Christians, it is all about obedience. Obey God, obey, don't question, obey. So obedience is very important. When you are given an instruction, you do it. Don't ask. Just do it. Just do it. That's the key. That's the key. Just do it. Okay. So we have established water, we've established wine, we established obedience. Now, in converting water to wine, there is going to be a need for a lot of water. So for us to get a lot of water, which will create not a lot of premium water, but will create a lot of wine. Wine is wealth, all right, owned by a few. So for a few to rule the world system has to be crafted in a way that it is biased. It is biased to the plenty, but favorable to a few. Please listen. The world system, the money system, we're going to get into this more and more later on, maybe in subsequent teachings. The world system is created in a way that it does not favor the majority, but it favors only the few. And let me take you a little bit into history lane. Some people develop strength, all right, and they took initiative to lead other people around them, gathering them and giving them a vision of what improvement their lives can have. And then they say, for us to have this improvement, this and these are the things we needed to do. Then because of that one person who stood up to coordinate others, others submitted allegiance to him. And everything he was telling them to do, they were doing it. So they began to conquer other little people who don't have rulers to add to themselves. They conquered those who have ruler, killed the rulers, the followers followed them. And then they were becoming bigger. Then this one man that started the whole thing was crowned king amongst them. Now he picked a few favorites who are smart just like him. They became his advisors. And this advisor became what you may later know as the chiefs. All right. So every child that comes out of this leader, the king, is automatically destined to either be a king or be a chief. Every child that comes out of the chief is destined to be a chief, or if he decides to challenge a king anywhere and wins, can also become a king. Anyone else that is not within these two cycles can never amount to anything else other than a servant or commoners. So the world was divided in two, and this has been the history of mankind. The world was divided in two. So we have the rulers, there are few, and we have the thousands, hundreds of thousands of the people. These rulers that are few have a power that is invisible, which is a hold they have on the many. And the many will never be able to do anything until they have a leader that brings them together. And through the leader, things are negotiated on their behalf. Human being can never, that's the way we are formed, that's the way we operate, can never amount to, we can talk, but we can't act. Why? Because there's no leader that brought us all together that we decide to obey, and then we have the power, because with the leader we focus all our energy in one place, and that one place becomes formidable, indestructible. But because people are scattered, a family is tired, they are hungry, there's no food, they complain about governments, which is their leader, the kingdom owners, and they cannot do anything as a family. If they talk too much, they kill them, and that serves as an example to the rest. The rest cowered out, and they cannot do anything. So a few oppresses the majority over and over and over. So this few determines what the majority can earn. They determines where the majority can live. They determines what the majority can eat. They determine what the majority will ever amount to in their lives. Now, guess what? Generation to generation, they kept passing it on and on and on. And people wake up one day and discover their father is a farmer and cannot think of anything better than inheriting the farm of their father or expanding the farm a little bit. There is no rulership in them. Their mindset does not have anything to do with I am formed to become more. So they are born a common man, they die a common man. Nobody crosses the line. They now develop a context that is called a concept rather that is called noble blood, noble birth. So if you are not part of the ruling class, all right, and you are born into such a family, you will never dare. You can't even marry them. It's difficult, except once in a while that some people become very rebellious. But you can't even marry them. You marry your type. And that was how the world system became ruled. So there is always a lot of water gathered and poured into container and then turned into wine for the few at the high table. So a lot of people's efforts create a lot of wealth, but owned by very few. Ladies and gentlemen, this was how the world used to be until about 200 years ago. A civilization arose, and this civilization creates what we call capitalism, entrepreneurship, and some travelers from Europe decided to travel down America. And then when they got there, they settled at different parts. All right. The Spanish first came. They tried to fight. The natives fought them back. They were defeated. The Portuguese came to some other places. Instead of them fighting, they decided to come with gifts, mirrors, all these things that the natives had not seen. The same thing happened to Africa. So when they saw these things, instead of them fighting these people, they asked, can we get this mirror? What can we give to get this mirror? Say, give us your people to work for us on your farm. Give us your people to work for us in your mines, so they can mine these things and all of that. And then we give you the leader. We give you the leader, all the mirrors you want, all the whatever you want, and then you'll be good. I said, okay, if that's the thing and all of that. So they come, they bring their religion. They come, they bring their education, which I'm going to get into a little bit in a bit. They brought all of these things, and the few, at the promise of looking like the people who just came to colonize them, all right, they accepted a few things and mortgaged the destiny of the majority of people that they rule over for those few benefit and gain that they needed. So when all of these things started happening, different people now, of course, on their own, decide to travel and all of that. They had farms and all that, so they were able to build tools and systems of people and all of that. And before you know it, the shipping company started to boost. The manufacturing began to boost, and that led to what we now know as the Industrial Revolution. So when the Industrial Revolution happened, there were needs for people of skill to work at different capacities to produce the new things that technology advancement was requiring. So people needed to learn engineering in mass because of the revolution that is happening. So then there was a need for an educational system to be created. All right. So this educational system was created and crafted to prepare people to have skill that will allow them work at a certain level within the corporation. So the power of the corporations were people coming together, all right, to put energy, to put resources and capital together to start a particular factory, a particular production system. It could be shipping, it could be the manufacturing, it could be processing, all of those things. So they come together as corporations, they got power, and because of this, they get a lot of workers. Slaves were no longer enough. There were need for skilled labor. So they have different levels of labor. So the unskilled labor, which are the slaves, the one that are less and below, had an opportunity to better, they call it, their own lives by going to school to learn, one, the language of the people who colonized them, two, to learn the skill and the ability for them to create things that technology was bringing at the time. So they have titles like doctors, they have titles like lawyers, they have titles like engineers, they have all of this professional system were now being born, and many people who are from the common were now coming into they are crossing the line little by little, but not to become noble. They were crossing the line into creating a new class of people called, who can guess, the middle class. So we have the upper class in a bid to keep the poor hopeful and working to make them richer. They created something that is not real, that makes them feel like we are better than the rest. And that's the problem of a country like Nigeria, because some people have power to buy generator, they have power to put fuel in it. They don't care that there is no electricity in that country after 57 years or 60 something years of independence. They don't care. They don't care, because some people have generator manufacturing companies that are manufacturing generators, and they are selling and making a lot of money from it. They don't care if the country has light or not. So that is the intention of these people. Once we can give a crumb to some of them, and those ones have a better life, those ones can drive car, those ones can live in Lekki, those ones can buy houses, those ones are making 100 million a year, 50 million a year, 1 million a month. They feel better and they are relaxed. They do not come to attack us. They do not come to take power away from us, and we keep on gathering their water into the barn and drawing wine out. As a matter of fact, they appoint some of you as the wine drawer, because you are the one drawing wine. You feel like you are the owner of wine, because you are saying some wine to drink too. So you think your life is better. So all of you woke up. Now, this happened after World War One. It became the thing. The middle class exploded. Automobile has just been launched and all of these things. There was car, there's experiment on airplane already. Technology was about to take a new turn. So the middle class and the educational system became the hope of the poor. A son or a child of a rich man, a noble blood, goes to school. He doesn't know book, but he's at the top of the class, because they attend some kinds of school that are created for people like them. They pass. Even the one that does not pass graduates. And when he graduates, he goes into the family's business and start to manage the billions and the billions. So after First World War, because after every World War, the world changes. The World War brings some permanent change on the earth. And this permanent change that the World War brought, was the Industrial Revolution, which gives opportunity for a common man to move to become a noble, or to become middle class, as it were. So the funny middle class system was created. So the professionals feels like, they have come. And so they are making money. One of these days, I'm going to do something crazy. There's a website where we're going to assume that we are Jeff Bezos, for example, and then we'll try to spend all Jeff Bezos' money. You'll be shocked what we can buy. You'll be shocked what one man is worth. You'll be shocked. Ladies and gentlemen, you will be shocked. The kind of things we will buy with the money of one man. So there is inequality in the system. Now, what is it that I'm saying? There are people behind what you call education. From the moment you are born, your parents are being controlled already. And they pass on that instruction to you and they shape your life to become nothing else than a servant to the few who runs the system. The highest you can ever be is still a servant to the people who runs the system. I cry when people buys a car and they feel like they have arrived, they have done something that is incredible, something that is the world has never seen before. They are so happy. It's good though to be happy to buy a car. I was happy when I bought my own first car, but maybe I wasn't freaked really. It's okay, but this is how I think. It is someone's son who owns the company that produced this car. Why should I rejoice that I bought one out of the 10 million that they produced? What stops me from also owning part of the company that produces this car? Don't say I've bought Samsung. I've arrived. I'm using the latest Samsung. Are you okay? What stops you from being a part of the owners of the company that produces the Samsung phone? You see how we all think? You see how you think? You see how everything around you configured you to accept a little that these people drop, and you are thanking God for it. You are doing testimonial for it. You are oppressing other people with it. Crumbs. So your educational system is configuring you to be poor. The social system is configuring you to be poor. Everything. So there are few people, and these are the people's secret I'm about to reveal to you. I've revealed one, I'm about to reveal the second one. Their secret is that they control all of this, and they would rather die than release it to you or me. Because the secret leaks, they spend a lot of money. I'm going to share a statistics with you. I wish I could show it, but I'm just going to mention it. That will blow your mind. They spend a lot of money to control the narrative, to water down the power in their secrets. Should you even hear it? Let me say this to you. What I'm about to say to you, some of you have heard this since you were young. But some power that be, these few people, so much are spent to water it down, such that you will never appreciate the power in it. You will never appreciate the power in it. Hence, you will never do it. Some of you see what I just passed, Abby. The company who owned this, research has showed me, I'm even obeying that nonsense right now because I still take it once in a while. They know that the drink they sell is harmful to you. It's killing a lot of people, especially in America. You know, a very significant percentage of the people who have cancer or diabetes and all of this stuff are tied to the type of things they eat, they consume. Remember, these people need to keep making money, and that is why even the people in the health sector will not cure you but manage your ailments. The people in the food sector will produce the food that will give you health problems so that the health sector can make money. All right, and the media will make you believe that the bad food is the good food by showing you in advertisements, in movies, and everything to shape your mind to accept the bad food as the good food, so that when you eat the bad food and you have sickness, you have no other reason than all the water effort you are putting in, that you are gathering. You keep gathering it for the pharmaceuticals to get drugs to keep on managing your health issues. Please, who owns the health businesses? Who owns the food businesses? Who owns the media businesses? Who owns all of these things? The same thing for the black American. A lot of them go to jail. Why? Because the people who run and own the prison are also the same people who run the media, who shows and promote music that make drugs and all of these things and attractive things to a young black American. They grow up to move into all of those things. They made it difficult for them to access some type of education, some type of association, and they created a narrative that breeds and breeds them for prison. So there is a chain reaction. Someone owns the food. They make bad food that will hurt your health and mine. They use media, they own it to advertise and talk about the food that they have created. We eat it over the years, we develop different things in our body, and they dump a lot of stuff to us. This one that they locked down us, I don't want to mention the name, you know, this one, this one that all of us had to be like this for, this thing. It's not a natural stuff. It was created by human who are at the base of this. You see the impact of what happened, how wealth shifted to a particular country, how all of these things happened because of some few who organizes it. So they have released all kinds of things. So this thing is just crazy. So the people who come to, remember, they don't have any special power. The only special power they have is they understood how life works. Hey, and they got themselves together. And because they could organize, the masses had no other reason than to bow to them. These days, they don't even rule you and I directly. They rule indirectly. They front people. So even the political system is determined by the capitalists in the system, because the capitalists have shareholders who sponsor the business and front one man to go and run it. All right? They front one man to go and run it, but they call the shots. The board, they call the shots. All right? And then this board are also who paid lobbyists that lobby lawmakers to make legislations, all right, that favor the system that favor their own wine system and the system that disfavor the water system. In the US, the rich does not pay tax. There was a global corporate structure that I just discovered a few days ago, and my head is just turning. Oh my God, what is happening to people? And someone else, all he's thinking is, how will I get a job? There are millions of young, smart people. Some of you are listening to me right now. The most important thing in your life is a degree in slavery. Your degree at best is slavery. Your degree is positioning you to be under the system that these people have created. Let me not say too much so that some people will not come for me, because now I'm beginning to get into very critical parts. I'm beginning to get into some very critical parts, ladies and gentlemen. Since you were born, you were programmed to think wrongly. You were programmed to act wrongly. You were programmed to have the wrong goal. You were programmed to desire the wrong thing since you were born. Everything about your education, you're getting educated in the wrong things. The masses, the rot of the masses. This is what's at the base of it. The rot of the masses. They don't want you to know. But even the one that you know, they want to water it down. So this particular company that produces the drink that I'm talking about spends over 7 billion every year to release papers and theses and research and R&D and control the media to make an average person believe that their product is good for the health. What did I say? 7 billion US dollars per year to lobby legislation, create research in schools, and also run the media to build a brand that make you and I believe that their product is good for us. They have the power because they have taken these things for thousands of years. And they pass it down from blood to blood to blood. Once in a while, somebody as crazy as yours truly, somebody as crazy as you listening to me today, will take up the gauntlet and say, no, I want to join the class. I want to join the class. And you will begin to use their rules against them, because I'm going to give you the foundation of everything tonight. And I will teach you how. I stumbled into it too. And then it changed my life. It's still changing it. Everything I still want is still, I'm practicing what I'm about to teach you. I've seen it work. It is working. And it's about to work. Yeah. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen. This is a good time to share this. If you're faint-hearted, you want to start to go spooky. So it's time to run away if your heart is not strong. All right, come on, share this. Mighty God, Matabata. Some of you struggle. You work hard, but you are still in the water realm. There is a place called the wine realm. There is a place called the wine realm. So, what is the secret of wealth that these people know and practice? Two of the greatest mentors I love, they are probably part of these people too. I don't know. Said, that you can change your reality if you change your vocabularies. God. They did a research, spent billions to check, I think, about 1,000 millionaires. All right? And they found a few things that are common to all of them. They use similar types of words. They use similar types of words. Ladies and gentlemen, the secrets of the word. I want to do something. Let me see. I'm not sure which of my phone has the app, but let me just check this thing. I want to check something. All right. I want to read something from the Bible. The first one I'm going to read, I think I know that one by my head. Let me just try. It says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God, right? The same was the beginning with God, and all things were made by him, and without him was nothing made that was made. What was this him they are talking about? They're talking about word. Hold on. Hebrew chapter 11 verse 3. Please, doesn't matter if you're a Muslim, just read what I'm saying. I'm sure there's a version of this in the Quran as well. It says, through faith we understand that the words were framed by the word of God. so that the things which are seen were not made of things which do appear. Now, what does this mean? This has multi layers of meaning, but please listen to me very, very carefully. Even the creator, every Muslim believes there is a creator, every Judaism people, Jew believe there is a creator, every Christian believes there is a creator, maybe Buddhists also believe there is a creator, but I'm not really so much into the Buddhist system. But these are the three religions that I think I know quite a good deal about. The creator could not make the creation happen without his vocabularies. The creator could not make the creation happen without vocabularies. Now, this particular writer says that words, systems, education system, financial system, the banking is the number one crook in the world. One day we're going to have time to talk about it. Banking is legal Ponzi. If you've heard of Ponzi scheme, the number one Ponzi scheme is the banks. CBN, foreign reserves, treasury, whatever, and then the commercial banks. They are all levels of Ponzi scheme, but because they are backed by the government, they are legal. All right? That's why when MMM came and was allowed to run for about 2 years or so, he shook the entire financial system. He shook it. And they had to shut it down because they control the political powers. That's a story for another day. I'm not an advocate of Ponzi, but I'm just letting you know, understand that this word system comes to be through words. Even you and I came through words because there was something said that said, come, let us make man. You said that before, yeah? So, things, reality, the wife you will marry, the children you will have, the place you will do your wedding, the age you would even die, are all created. They are all framed and formed by the things you say. They are all framed and formed by the things you say. There is no charm. Those of you who believe voodoo, charm, ogumbe, there is no charm that works without words. I don't know the English word or the whatever, but we call it unto and all of these things when I was back then in Ilorin. Even unto does not work without you got to speak something. So the Baba that is doing charm, the Odeshi or whatever, got to do incantations. Akakatirika lawaro katika nisha won lodufẹ torí fa fún ọtún fa fún inú adé tí ọmọ bínú tó yẹ bí náà tani ó kúrò nílé ọmọ lọ́nà ọmọdé fún bómi sọ̀tá àgbà ìbodò oyòdì a kì í bínú omi kájúná sómi a kì í bínú odò kájúná sódò òun rere làkèrè fi pòjò ntí n bá wí nìkan ẹ máa gbá mi òun rere nìkan òun rere máa jẹ kínní. They got to fucking speak the word. When you wake up, what do you say? I'm broke. There's no money. I can't do this. With this work. This is not. Government is bad. We the poor. Need the masses. From childhood, the children of the nobles were created. They were formed, they were trained, they were prepared, all right, to start to speak in a certain way. The secret society don't speak anyhow. They don't say some things no matter what is happening around them. They don't say some things. They don't say it no matter what. They don't say it. Your words creates your reality. Shikena, end of discussion. Your words. What do you say to yourself? An experiment was performed. Maybe if I can get it, I'll probably show you. An experiment was performed on two plants. Mighty God. On two plants. And one plant, the same plants, all right, there were two, whatever. One plant was placed in a different space, the other one in a different space, same condition, everything. They water them every day and all of that. But on one plant, they say negative words to it every day. On the other plant, they say positive words to it every day. I'm serious, guys. The plants that they say negative words to it start to wither, start to obey the things. You wonder when they say Jesus caused a fig tree and the tree dried up. What? Do you know the interesting thing? Those who appreciate the power of their words and use it often will begin to get more confident in it. And the more confident they get in the things that they say, the more the things they say begins to pick power. And that is why somebody who has said, go and die, and somebody died, tomorrow when he wants to say, he's careful about what to say. But you, because you have used yours uselessly, there's no more, you don't even believe in ability of your word to create any existence or any reality for you. So you use it anyhow. But those who understand their words, they are people of few words, and when they say it, they see it. So the children of these few who are in control of the wine, their children learn the right words to speak. So in the experiment, the one that they were saying good things to started to blossom, grew normally, even faster, and all of that. If you are married here and you're already thinking your husband or wife is no longer in shape or is not fine and all of that, start every day by saying the type of wife you want to see in her, the type of husband you want to see in her. When you even talk to him or her, say those things to him or her. I bet you in few days, in few weeks, you will be shocked. You will only see a beautiful woman. You will only see a beautiful man. The things you are saying are the only thing you'll be seeing. That's what you'll be seeing. That's what you'll be seeing. You'll be shocked. You'll be very, very shocked. But what do you say? My dear, you are fat too. That's what you are saying. And when you're thinking about this now, you're seeing all of these things, and it's crazy. And it's crazy. It's crazy. So, the word you speak. I once dated a lady that everybody around me was saying that the lady was not fine. Me, I was saying that she's fine. This was like 10 years ago. She broke up with me later, but it took me 6 years before I could see any other lady as beautiful. It took me 6 years of working on myself. I did this confession for just about 4 months or 5 months, let's say maximum 6 months, but I really was serious with it about 4 months. And the effect of what I said every day for 4 months stuck with me. It took me 6 years to break. 6 good years after the lady had married someone else. So it took me 6 years before I could believe any other lady was even attractive or fine or beautiful or worthy of anything. 6 years. 6 years. What are you saying about your life? What are you saying about hey? These people control what you see. They control what you say. They control everything about you with the media. From childhood, they have created cartoons that shape the way. The cartoon the children of the super rich watch is different from the cartoon your children watches. It's different. It's different. So it's a big deal. Serious big deal. The type of what you speak. So that's number one secret. Number two secret tonight. Yeah, number one is obey. Whatever they tell you to do, do it. Number two is the power of your words. So the secret society had written out some words. Now, this word doesn't have to be, because words loses meaning when they change language. Guys, words loses meaning when they change language, when they are translated. And that is why Islam retain Arabic. They retain Arabic so that the meaning of the essence of their religion is not lost, being translated from one part to the another. Most great teachers of Christian faith uses multiple translations. They say, give me that in NIV. Oh, give me that in New something version. Give me that in LB. I used to love Living Bible, LB back then. Give me back in KJV. Oh yeah, read it in the Message. Oh yeah, give me Amplified. Oh, the Greek word for this, it's actually from origin of Latin. Some of you have heard that before. And any preacher that preaches like that, you understood what he's teaching better. Words loses meaning when it changes translation. That is why the secret society, these people, when they want to speak their own confession, they don't often say it in English. They had written it in Latin, which is what their founders thousands of years ago, ancient languages, had put together, all the things that they said that created their reality. So they have this book of their incantation, whatever they call it, on the things they must recite, on the things they must say. My God. They say it in their original Latin language or Greek language or whatever. They recite it as that over and over and over. And words are set in motion to start to create things that now create their existence, their own experience, their own reality. Tó bá fẹ́ pọ̀ fàbógé, yóò bá lọ́fíìsọ́. Èyí ṣe èbó. Sorry, I'm speaking Yoruba. If you want to make some incantations, you have to use the local language to say those things. Why do Christians speak in tongues? Give me matabata. Why do they? Some things English will lose the meaning. Yeah. You got to use native language to say some of these things. Now, because an average person listening to me, you're probably 20 years, 30, 40, 50 years, all your life, you have believed the wrong thing. It took me 6 years to undo what 4 months did. How long do you think you will undo what 30 years, 40, 50 years has done for you? Guys, you see the problem? Are you getting the point now? If it took me 6 years to undo all 4 months of making a lady the only beautiful lady in the world, because there's one desire, and I still stand by it. I'm not going to cheat in marriage, no matter what every other guy does. I won't. So to make sure that I will not, I had to make my woman become the only woman. You know? So I got to speak. I had to become that. I got to speak myself into that. Every day consistently. Morning and night. Consistently keep. I wrote it down carefully. Then I put her name there. And I speak it every day. Then it became difficult. Very, very difficult to do anything else. Very, very difficult. So after she made a choice, because that's how life is, people make choices, yeah. So she made a choice to go with someone else, because I was broke. If I had known, I would have done this confession for money. Maybe I would have but I wasn't doing it for money. All right. And she left. It was difficult for me to get with anyone else. I had to break. It took me time to realize what I did, and I started to break it. So there is power in what you say. That is number 2. That is number 2. Number 3, and this is the real deal. All of these 3 work together. You cannot do one without the other. You cannot do one without the other. Number 3 is what you think. Your thoughts. Your thoughts. Your thoughts. Your thoughts. I'm going to blow your mind right now. I will blow your mind right now. Your thoughts. Your thoughts. Your thoughts. How did David kill Goliath? He was stupid enough to think he could do it. And he didn't stop there, because thought has a twin. There's a verse in Isaiah, I can't quote exactly where now, but you can search. It says, "Seek ye out of the book of the law and read. None of these shall fail. None shall want our mates." What does that mean? It said none of the word will lack its twin. None of the words will lack its twin. None of the written scriptures, will lack its twin. So for every word that will not fail has a twin that they must work hand in hand. If you do one and do not do the other, trouble. So the twin of thoughts are words. The twin of thoughts are words. Your thought and what you are saying must be in alignment to create your reality. Thoughts don't just become, you don't think your way to become what's it called? President of your country. No. You just think it, let me just think 1 million into my account. Let me think, they will come and carry you there. What you think aligns with what you say. Your heart then picks it up and believe it. When I say your heart now, not the one that is pumping blood, I'm talking your brain. Now accept it as your reality. And I'm going to teach you, because I'm going to teach you a form of meditation tonight. This, you are supposed to pay me $1,000 for. All of you. All of you. For my mouth has commanded and my spirit has gathered them. Thank you very much, Jabba, for 16. Isaiah, is it Isaiah 16? Isaiah 16. Sorry, I'm saying all these things from heart. I didn't have any notes. This thing that I'm teaching you came up to me to teach it a few hours ago. About 2-3 hours ago. I was even out. Isaiah 34:16. Thank you. Thank you very much. Please never forget this scripture. Even if you're a Muslim or a Jew, whatever it is, never forget this particular scripture, right? Isaiah 34 verse 16. Isaiah 34 verse 16. Thank you, Ejabofo. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. These are the things I crammed those things. I only don't know when I opened that part last, but crammed it since then. So your thoughts and your word must go together. 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 Your thoughts and your words must go together. Your thoughts and your word must go together. Okay, so how come what you think has so much power to create your reality? Whatever it is you want to be in life, they released The Secret recently, some years ago. They titled it The Secret, Laws of Attraction. Yeah? What you think, it means you operate at a certain frequency in your thought, your life begins to attract those things to you. That's what, the summary of what they taught. But let me show you how it works. Let me show you how it works. Interestingly, I was privileged to study physics. And at some point, maybe I didn't know the reason or the meaning, but physics allows me to appreciate our world, the way it functions. And I usually tell people that I study Bible from a scientist point of view. All right? Science helped me understand Bible very much. Science helped me to understand Bible very much. And because of the knowledge of science I have, the little knowledge of science I have, I'm able to know the practical, physical 2021 application of a certain scripture that my pastor may only sermonize. You know, they will just put scriptures together, put everything together, and then, people just, but majority are still in the water realm, even after listening to a powerful message, because they do not understand it. They do not understand it. If you don't understand something, it won't work for you. Those who understand it makes it work. Let me blow your mind. Knowledge is not enough. Understanding is what is required. You can know something like these 3 secrets I just released now. There is, I'm sure 95, if not 99% of you have heard it before. But I'm sure 99% of you are still struggling financially. %99 are still struggling financially. Why? Because you don't understand it. You don't understand it. So you can know something. If you don't understand it, you can't get results. Knowledge gives you information. Understanding gives you results from the things you know. Because it is understanding it takes to get the right treasure out of knowledge. In LAP, we teach you skill. But I found out learning a skill or knowing how to do it does not make you money. If you don't know how to monetize, which is understanding the skill, that is what brings the money. That is what brings the money. The richest man in biblical history or the old history, ancient history, and the wisest man, and the only craziest man to be sleeping with 1,000 women, said in his book of wisdom, he said, true wisdom is a house filled. By knowledge it is established, and by understanding shall all the house be filled with all manner of pleasant riches. All right. So, atomic. The Einstein equation equals mc square. You understood it. We learned this stuff, but we do not understand it to produce the atomic bomb. You can make atomic bomb, but it's called mc square. You can even derive the equation. I can't remember. We've done it once. All of us who did physics and stuff, but not all of us can produce the type of results that some people who understood it got with it. Not a lot of us can do it. So it takes understanding to be able to generate a result. So if you don't understand something, you can't get a result with it. So now, how does our thought works? Experiences, all right, are memories. Please write this down. Follow these things I'm about to say. Experiences are memories, all right, and memories are energies, all right. So when you are happy, is an emotion. Your happiness is either triggered by physical something or a non-physical phenomenon. Okay? If you feel sexual, it's a pleasant feeling. That's also emotion. It's also energy. If you receive alerts, you smile, you feel in a kind of way. I might not know the name of that emotion, but that's also an emotion, and it's a pleasant one. If you feel sad, it's an emotion, it's an unpleasant one, it's energy. If they slap you, bah, a soldier man slap you, bah, you feel pain, you cry. Pain, crying, emotion, energy. Are you following me? If you see a lot of money, you have security, you feel good, emotion, energy. If you don't have money and your rent is due and landlord say, I'm coming to your house tomorrow, I'm coming, you feel somehow, emotion, energy. The love of your life decide to leave you, you feel somehow, emotion, energy. You found out your husband has been cheating, emotion, energy. Every human experience is energy. Put that as equation 1. Do you understand all I've said? Do you understand it? If you understand it, I want you to type matabata. Do you understand it so far? Okay. I pray God grant you all understanding to understand the things I'm teaching, the things I'm sharing, and to be able to pick it. God. Especially the number 1, to obey this thing and do them without question. I pray. Okay, thank you. Equation 1. All right? Every human experience is broken down to energy. Equation 2. Matter. Anything that has mass occupies space, yeah? Both animate and inanimate matter all have the same atomic and subatomic properties. Do you agree? Those of you who are science students, they have both the same atomic and subatomic properties. They both contain proton, neutrons, and electrons. Not so? And excuse me, that's at the atomic level, and they have some subatomic level. I can't really remember the subatomic. I think the nucleus is broken down. The nucleus is broken down into protons and neutrons, and then we have electron shell around the atom. All right. So, and there are some subatomic stuff again in I think it's nuclear physics. I think it's nuclear physics, some subatomic. That's why I love all these Marvel movies. They talk a lot about subatomic levels and all of that. And these things are real. Now, here is the mind-blowing thing. Between, what can I pick? Let me pick this. Between this and this, they are the same thing at the subatomic level. Between this and human body, me, we are the same thing at the subatomic level. We are both a configuration of energy and information, energy and memories, Energy, quantum physics. Thank you. It's quantum physics. I want to talk quantum mechanics. Thank you very much. Yeah, quantum mechanics. Atomic and quantum physics. Yeah, one of my best aspect of physics ever. I loved it. I love imagination. We're going to get into that. So the energy and information in this case memory, which are information based on your DNA configuration, deoxyribose nucleic acid, all right, and for some kind of matter, the ribose nucleic acid, deoxyribose nucleic acid, which is the meaning of what you call DNA. So your DNA configuration is a function of information. We call it memories. Memories are the things that have happened since existence of the first man, piled together from all your ancestors down into you. All right? That is why you have deja vu sometimes. That is why you get somewhere and you wonder, I've been here before or something. That is why you make some decisions that you are wondering, who taught me? I didn't know. I just did this by impulse. It is all a bunch of memory. Let me show you how important memory is and how our life is structured by memory. You cannot walk into a Rolls Royce shop today and say, give me one. Why? Because your memory tells you don't have that kind of money to buy a Rolls Royce. But you can walk into a KFC or a restaurant somewhere and say, give me 2 chicken, give me that, because you know you have money in your card or your bank account that can do that. It is called by Christian faith. It's the currency that buys everything we need. When you think you don't have it, you don't even go after it. But when you think you have it, you go after it. I've seen a guy who bought a Range Rover without paying the people, and they licensed the car for him, released it to him, and he started driving it for a couple of months before he paid them in Lagos. He went to a Range Rover store, a car dealer. He does not know them. They did not know him. And he got there and he spoke some words to them, and they gave him a Range Rover. He left their store with the Range Rover and he started driving it before he came back to pay them. He dropped 3 checks. The checks didn't have money. Each of the check, I think it took 3 weeks before they could catch each of the check a piece. And he drove the car out of that place. As a matter of fact, this was according to the way he put it. The man said, you know what? Take the car, bring it back on Monday. I will have it licensed and all the papers will be ready by Monday. Faith. That's what they call it in the Christendom. All right? But I call it memories. How did David defeat Goliath? Because of memories of how he killed the bear, how he killed the lion. The bear might have come as a fluke or a memory that had come from his ancestry that gave him some strength he never knew he had, defeated the bear. When the lion came, he said, I just killed bear. You, oh yeah, so let me show you power. Killed the lion. And then said, his confidence level rises. His memory updated. When he now saw a giant man, he said, this one is so large, I cannot miss if I fire this thing. He fired him, pass, and Goliath, the giant, fell down. Goliath fell down because he had memories. You only buy things that your memory tells you have capacity for. So every human being is a combination of energy and memory in our subatomic level. Every materials that is already made, refined, reshaped. A car is a combination of raw materials reconfigured by man. That's why we have car. No be so? A house is a combination of raw materials rearranged by man to become a house and its interior. Is that not so? Everything else you want, an airplane is bunch of raw material arranged by human being. So at the subatomic level of every physical material things you are killing yourself or dying to have is this simple thing called energy and information or memories. So everything revolving around this is the same. So equation one is every human experience is energy. Every human being themselves and material things are all energies and information. And there is one major law in science. It's called the law of conservation of energy. Energy can never be created nor destroyed, but changes from one form to another. Who remember that law? So, your mind is billions of cells and atoms and energy put together. Is one of the most complex computer the world will ever know. Your mind has the ability to create and destroy. And inside your mind is the gateway to your spirit. Those of you who are spiritual people. So even these people we are talking about uses the principle and the concept of the mind to connect with their spirit or whatever kind of spirit that they connect with. So those of you who believe the spooky part of these cults and people, all right, it is still in the mind. Those who are doing it as Christians, it is still the mind. When a pastor touches somebody whose leg is crippled and the leg becomes straight, I'm talking the real miracle now, because there's no fake without real. For there to be fake, it means real had existed. Yeah. When it touches it and that thing happens, it is ability of that pastor man to connect his mind to his spirit. All right, so much that they both sync, and the spirit was able to immediately rearrange the atomic properties of that leg, and it happened immediately. If words can kill plants, words can cure diseases, words can cure sicknesses. These are the things they teach you in church. Those of you go to church. If you're a Christian, this one is for you quickly. You do the wrong things and you think God doesn't love you or your God is not powerful, but you do the wrong things. 99% of your prayer points are wrong. It is wrong to ask God for anything as a Christian. Please record this. It is wrong to ask God for anything. You should thank God for everything, not ask Him for anything. You should only speak to the situation directly. Thank God for the situation. Thank God because the outcome is already done. Then you go and speak to the situation. The things I say, God, do it for me. God, no. Wrong. Why? Because God said His divine power has already given you all things that pertains to life and godliness. Not we give, He already has given you. So God is a God of automation. He has automated everything human being will ever need. Human being will only begin to discover these things. So the only thing we owe God is gratitude for both what we have experienced and what we are about to experience. Why? Because our future is His own past. Let me show you what I just said in science. Let me show you what I just said now. Let me show you in science. Let me show you what I just said in science. Let me show you what I just said. Okay. Let me show you what I just said in science. The earth that we occupy right now is the third planet in the solar system. All of you know that, but solar system is supposed to have 9 planets, but now they said maybe it's 8, maybe the other one is really not a planet. And then these 9 planets, our solar system is part of the other billions of stars in our galaxy called Milky Way galaxy. Yeah. So the Milky Way is a galaxy that contains billions of stars. All of these stars are bigger than our planet. All of them. Our sun is a star. All right. I think it's a red giant or something. I can't really remember the category the sun is placed now. So the sun is not the center of the universe. I mean, it's so tiny. Now, Milky Way that contains billions of stars, one of which is our solar system. Huh? The Milky Way galaxy itself is one out of billions of galaxies in the universe. And inside all of this is the principle of relativity, which is space-time continuum, which is a property that exists within the universe. The God we serve, the Creator, exists outside the universe. Are you following me? He exists outside the universe. How do I know? He said in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. He doesn't live in heaven because before he created the heaven, he must have been living somewhere. So he's bigger than heaven. Some of you think God is in heaven, you're going to meet him in heaven. He's bigger than heaven. I don't know what he looks like, but whatever he looks like is bigger than anything you call heaven. He's bigger than the entire universe itself. All right? So he exists outside of time, which means everything that will ever happen or that has happened before, he's seen everything together at once, like a picture. Past, present, future. He's seen it together at once, like a picture. Then he has the power to rearrange. Now, science are beginning to discover possibility of alternate universe, which means our universe kind of have like twin brothers and sisters. And you exist in other stuff as well. And you are probably fulfilling different no, don't let me blow your mind too much. So the God you pray to do something for you, he already sees what will happen. He knows the future. He sees everything together at once. I say only God knows tomorrow. Yes, you are very correct. He sees tomorrow, he sees yesterday, he sees everything together. He's that brilliant, very, very massive, brilliant God. So he has automated everything you need as human being. Your wealth is not because of church or because you live only. Your wealth is a function of these 3 things I just showed you. As simple as that. This same thing works for your health because it all boils down to energy. It all boils down to this subatomic principle. So your brain is a mini universe, guys. Your brain is a mini universe. It has the ability to create and destroy. It has the ability to create and destroy. It has the ability to create and destroy. So when you fill your mind with thoughts, it means you allow waves of energy to stay and get processed in your mind. Then the more it's processed in your mind, it will manifest in its twin brother, your words. Now these two create the energy that shapes your reality. Let me blow your mind. How many of you are Chelsea fans? Chelsea fans. For you to know what I'm talking about works for almost anything. I say almost anything, works for everything. Once you get the raw material, just put it there. I don't know the name of this guy, I would have checked it out. But some years ago, Chelsea won the Champions League and they played AC Milan. And AC Milan scored 3 goals in first half. Please, if you remember the match, remind me the year, and it was a Champions League finals. So Chelsea Now resume in second half and score the first goal, score the second goal, score the third goal, score, and then I think they played penalty and then they won. They won the Champions League. Just very similar to what happened between Nigeria and Brazil in 1996 Olympics. Yeah. So Liverpool won the Champions League. Now that was 2005. Yeah, was it 2005? So the coach of Liverpool was asked by his wife, was interviewed by the wife of the coach was interviewed, and then they were like, how did it happen, how did he win, and all of that. It was Liverpool versus AC Milan, and Liverpool won that particular year. I can't remember the name of the coach though. So they asked the wife in an interview, and the wife said something very powerful. He said since he knew the husband, and the husband became a football coach, he had always said every day, before I turn 50, I will win the Champions League. Before I turn 50, I will win the Champions League. Before I turn 50, I will win the Champions League. They won the Champions League 2 weeks before his 50th birthday. They won the Champions League 2 weeks before his 50th birthday. When you say things continuously enough and your mind aligns with what you say, even football, thank you, 2005 UEFA Champions League, even football obey everything. So these are the 3 secrets. 1, just do it. Obey. Rafael Benitez, yeah. Obey. Number 2, your word, your vocabulary is the things you say. They are your realities. Then your mind is the seats of energy. Now here is the point I'm trying to make. You can decide what to think. It is called imagination. So you can decide, I want my life to have this. I want this one in my life to become like this. Oh, I have children that are not hearing word. I want them to be hearing word. Hey. I have this lady that would love to marry. I want her to look at me and marry me. This thing I'm teaching you is so bad. You can use it to do anything. Anything. You've had people who use charm to get somebody to fall in love with them. It's just an accelerated version of what I'm teaching you. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Hey! So you think about it, all right, and then you start to say it. So these are the 3 secrets of wealth, of health, and everything. Now you have the knowledge. Now I'm about to teach you the understanding. Let me take a short break. I'll be back. Welcome back. Welcome back to the final segment of this very impromptu training and book, because we're definitely going to turn this into a book. Definitely going to turn this into a book. Definitely going to be turned into a book. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. Let's get into let's get into the final part. Okay. Let's get into the final part. Hmm. All right. So I'm about to give you. Yeah, you people should come and pay for this final part. Yeah, come and pay. Come and pay. Come and pay $1,000 for this. All right, let's get into this. Let's get into this. So, what we are about to learn and practice is a form of meditation that helps us to position our lives. All right, it helps us to position our lives. It helps us to position our lives to um, be able to attract the experiences and the things that we really, really want. Okay, so so that is what we are about to learn. So it's a meditation that you have to do every day until the things you do it about start to happen. All right, until they start to you start to experience them, and then I'm going to teach you how to do it, why you should do it. Excuse me. Then I'm going to teach you how to identify things that are going to begin to happen as a result of these things. Okay, so it is called creating a mental video. It is called creating a mental video. When I was a lot younger, I was a boy, and I used to trek distances, So when I'm trekking, in order to pass time, I will start to imagine if I had, say, maybe ₦1,000,000 now. Back then, ₦1,000,000 was a lot of money. So I will start to imagine if I had ₦1,000,000 now. And so if I had ₦1,000,000, I would begin to think about, okay, what will I do with ₦1,000,000? Oh, I will buy a car, I will do this, I will do that. So I'll start thinking about all of those things that I'm going to do with the money in case I have it. And before I knew what's happening, time freezes. I would just find myself already at the place I'm going. I don't know if anybody used to do that same thing. So it helped me freeze time, and it was always sweet because I so much would enjoy it that in most cases I'm not even able to tell the difference between if it was really happening or real, or I was just the one who was thinking it. So I so much enjoy it. So it's something similar that we're going to learn how to do. And when we do that, it will continue to be a practice. It's a hack that I found, and it's something that will work for everybody. All right, so let me share a few things with you that would help you appreciate this and understand it very well. Psychologist says that it takes 3 weeks to form a character or a habit or something. And the military understood this so well because the military has the power to shape habits. They have the power to shape perception. They have a lot of incredible power exists in the military. And again, when I say military, I don't necessarily mean Nigeria Army, but Nigeria Army is one of the best too. So I believe they have some things. And that is why, for example, in Nigeria, there is this scheme that they do for graduates of universities where they put them in a camp for 3 weeks, which is 21 days, and they indoctrinate them, help them live a regimented lifestyle so that they can shape a few things in them. So those who have gone through this 3 weeks program will notice that the military decide when they sleep, they decide when they wake up, they decide everything that they did, all right? And those who have gone through this program note that the first few days after that camp, without alarm, they start waking up at the time the military was waking them up. They start to fall asleep at the time the military forces them to go to bed. They keep doing the things they were doing in the previous 3 weeks by impulse until they had to start fighting and say, no, I must go back to you. Are just awake at 4 a.m. and you're wondering what you are doing awake. Like, I want to go back to sleep. I want to go back to sleep. So that is to show you the power of 3 weeks consistently doing something and how that thing becomes your habit. So it's a very powerful tool in that regard. So so this meditation that I'm about to teach you, for those of you who don't know it already, some of you know it already, you have to do it for minimum of 3 weeks. But as a matter of fact, you are supposed to continue it until the things becomes real. So remember, the thought is one. The speech, the confession is the other part. Okay, so if I'm going to turn this to a book, I'm probably going to write a few confessions that you are supposed to follow. Maybe today we're going to do a few confessions too. That all of you are going to do alongside with me for a few minutes, and then we're going to see if you can repeat this every day, twice a day. At the moment you wake up, before you sleep, if you even have the time, you can do it at all the 4 corners of time. These are crazy time system. 12, 3, 6, 9. 12, 3, 6, 9. Set an alarm. Wake up. my executive assistant has a very interesting types of alarm. Her alarms are confessions that she had recorded. So she recorded her confession with background music and then used that as alarm. So at every time the alarm comes up, she hears herself saying, I'm meant to be rich, I take territories, I'm big, and this and this and this and this is important. Now, when you are doing confession, please, like I said, language plays a lot of roles in understanding of words. Language is important. Some of you may write a confession in English, translate it to your local language. Translate it to your local language. All right? Translate it to your local language. All right? Then when you translate it to your local language, now confess it in your local language. But if you're good with English, why not? Especially if you understood it. Especially if you understood it. All right? So this therapy, this meditation is what you will do every day. David, you can keep speaking to your legs. You have said a lot of wrong things about your leg based on what you are feeling. That's a prophetic word for you. Speak to your leg every time of the day what you want it to do. You will be shocked what will begin to happen to you. When they give you a report that is negative, counter it with positive statements and thoughts immediately. Create a positive energy about your leg and speak to it. Post only positive things about your leg so that you don't get pity from people that makes you feel, my leg is not like this. No. Speak to that leg. All right? So your leg is energy. It's atom, neutron, proton, and electron configured in a certain way. The configuration is what is currently a little bit so you can speak to it and then it will answer. So remember, the more you speak to things and it starts to work, the more your confidence in the things you speak start to grow. A lot of you have confidence in another man because that man is a prophet, a big minister. So when he speaks to you, you believe it. And that's why it works. You don't believe your own. And that's why your own doesn't work. And why doesn't your own work? So you have said stupid things all your life. You have said stupid things. Your word has no, it doesn't worth a dime. Some people's words are worth gold. Why? Because they had converted their word from water to wine. So you got to start with little things. Start to say it until you start saying it. Then your confidence grow, and then you continue. Please note this: any word you speak never dies; is alive. The problem with some of you is you stop before you see the result of the things you say. You stop. You wonder why people just look you and decide to just help you. They decide to just assist you. They decide to just bring opportunities your way. They decide to just share information with you. You just find yourself at the right place at the right time. This is the secret. This is the secret. Everything just, you can't explain because you were not the one who went to lobby those things, but they just happen on their own. You are trying to sell LAP. People just buy more from your own ads than others. You know, when you just run ads, people are just buying more from you. Oh, God. Are you getting value? Put Mata Bata in the chat. Massive. Massive. All right, so let's get into this. All right, so what we do is to, for example, let's assume an amount of money. We want to make a certain amount of money. before the end of the year. Now, this is the last quarter of the year, still beautiful 2.5 months that you can still do a lot of amazing things. You can sell more of your product. A lot of things can still happen for you, and you want those things to happen without stress. All right, so we want to position ourselves, because it's also going to be what you will use. If you start now, imagine what 2022 will look like for you. So when you are writing confession, you have to write something you understand. Something you understand. All right, you have to write it. Now, when you are doing confession, don't do it in future tense. Thank you, Vera, for what you typed. That just reminded me. Confessions are not future tense. Confessions are past tense. You say it as if it has already happened. Aha! You say it as if it has already happened. You say it as if it has already happened. When you are praying, you pray thanking God, or whatever name you believe in Him to be, as already doing those things you are desiring. And you're speaking those things as if they are already in existence in your own life. You might not believe what I'm saying. It is your cup of tea. But whatever you believe before now has not made you a billionaire. Has it made me a billionaire? Yes, it has. So, has it made you a billionaire? No, it has not. So maybe if you start with the first principle of just do it, obedience, maybe something might be different about your life. Maybe if you just believe these things, that they have spent billions to make look normal to all of you, so that you will not do it. If you can just be part of the foolish few who will do this, and you will just imagine what is going to happen. So Vera, you have the secret now. When you are doing confession every day to your legs, don't say one day I will walk. No, I now walk with these legs. I now do this with this. I now do that. I can now do the things I cannot do before. I can One day, Vera, you will jump up and start walking. A lot of you don't know this part about me. When I was on campus, I was a full-time minister. I do prophetic, do all of these things. And I've seen people. There was one situation that happened that blew my mind. A boy asked us to come pray for his mother. The mother had arthritis and could not walk. So we got to the house. This was the first time I would pray for anybody outside campus. It's always been campus people. So we got to the house, and we had not started praying. I was telling this woman the story of a particular woman written in the Bible. They call her the woman with the issue of blood, that said, if only I can touch the clothes of Jesus, I would be healed. That's what she kept saying. And when she touched it, she got healed. Jesus did not pray for her. Jesus did not even see her. Nothing like that happened. But she said it so much that it happened to her instantly. These are not religious stuff. I'm telling you what these people do. Gosh, I'm telling you what these people do. So I was telling this story, and this woman jumped up and started walking. Right there and then. All of us, myself and all the boys that we carried to go and pray, we were shedding tears. So then we stood up, started firing tongues and all of that. Instant healing. She stood by herself. Nobody prayed for her. Because faith comes by hearing, and hearing what? So I've been speaking to you for almost 3 hours. You have heard. Your faith is grown. So now you got to now start to practice. All right. So let's put that aside. So what's the meditation that I want you to do? I want you to, it's going to be 2 things, and I'm going to show you what you need to start to pay attention to and what will begin to happen. All right. So the first thing is to create a mental video of the things we will do with this amount of money we intend to make before the end of the year. So this is an example. There is an amount of money you want to make before the end of the year. All right. So you have to identify this amount of money, all right, and most importantly, write the things you would like to do with this money, because you necessarily have limited opportunity to attach emotion to amount of money, but you can attach emotion to what you will do with the amount of money, or what you would like to do with the amount of money. All right, so you can easily attach emotion to those ones, so you can build based on that. All right, you can build based on that. It's very, very important. It's very, very, very important. All right, so the meditation we are going to be creating is to create a mental video. All right, and this mental video is us thinking about the things we will do with the money, which is the experiences of our lives. Whatever you want to buy, what you want to pay for, what you want to do, places you want to travel to, experiences you want to have, all of these things, you got to think about it. All right, you got to think about it. Before we go into that, if you have gained anything from all I've said, tomorrow night, all right, I think about this time, 10 p.m., yeah? Tomorrow night, 10 p.m., I'll be live again on YouTube, most likely also on Facebook, all right? And I'm hosting a very, very powerful lady, my friend and sister, Sarah, all the way from Texas, USA. We're going to be talking about how to build an empire online through funnels. It's going to be massive. Please make sure you attend. It's going to be 2 hours you will never forget. All right? Make sure you attend, and not just you, invite as many people as possible. We are giving all of these things free so that people will not have excuses. All right? So that people will not have excuses. We're going to give you opportunity to use one of the best tools in the world created by her and her team, and you're going to have opportunity to also learn and work directly with me through LAP. We have 2 packages. We have the VIP package, and we have the 30 DC package, which is a package that contains a 30 days of training with me, where I'm going to show up to you twice a day, all right, in the morning and the day, between 3 to 6 hours per day, teaching you 14 skills that will blow your life up like crazy. All right, so I've given you the foundation. Now the effort you are going to put in must come. All right, so if you're here and you're not part of this, now you have the opportunity, but you're going to learn about that tomorrow. So please be on this same channel on Sam Harvard TV. Make sure you subscribe and turn on post notification. Be here and make sure you do not miss out of here. So enough of commercial. Let's get into the final part. This is the most important part of this night's class. Okay, all right, so you got to think about the things that you would be doing, all right, with this particular money. You got to think about it. You got to think about it. And all is done, as your heart. Okay, let me see if I can work with any here, but if I can't work with any here, just work with another. Okay, let me work with you. Let me work with you. Okay, fantastic. Can you hear my background music? Okay, so I want you to take your time to think about the amount of money you would like to make by the end of this year, or just something big you would like to have. All right, and then think about at least 3 to 5 things you would like to do with that money. All right, and then we will create a mental video for that thing. So what is a mental video? It is an imagination that has emotion. Please don't miss any of these things. Imagination that has emotion. So there's the imagination part, which a lot of us do, but there's the emotion part, which is us feeling, remember emotion, energy. Remember emotion, energy. Now, I said the law of conservation of energy means energy changes from one form to another, because what you want and you are both energy. You can attract each other. All right, you can attract each other. That's what the law of attraction is all about. You can attract anything you want to be, anything you want to do, anything you want to have. You can attract those things. So all you simply need to do is to position yourself to vibrate at the same frequency as the things you want. Then resonance will happen. You vibrate at the same frequency, all right? Resonance will happen. Those things will now begin to become reality in your life. Now, I'm going to teach you what is going to begin to happen after you do this. But I want us to try this together for about a minute, all right? We're going to try this together for about a minute. So what I want everybody to do is to think about an amount of money. 1 billion, 100 million, 1 million, 10 million, whatever it is. Start with something easy for you to accept, all right? And then you can grow it. All right, you can grow it. Start with something easy, simple for you to accept, and then you can grow it. All right. So what we're going to do is to close your eyes and think about those things you would like to do. I want you to do that right now. Please close your eyes. Yeah, make sure you're not driving though. If you're driving, please park before you do this. Don't type the amounts. It's not for us to consume. It's for you to consume. All right. So it's not about the money now. It's about what you will do with that money. So I want you to close your eyes and imagine yourself doing those things. Imagine yourself doing those things. Try to attach emotion to it. Try so much to feel. Try so much to feel what you are thinking about. Silence yourself from everything around you. Just focus on my voice and the music, in case you can hear the music. And just begin to imagine yourself doing those things. If it's a car, imagine yourself buying and driving that car. Attach emotions to it. Feel the AC, the car. If it's a house, enter the house. Feel the color, feel the texture. Try to quickly cook noodles in your house. Whatever it is you want. Imagine your first speech as the president of your country, whatever it is you want. Just begin to attach emotions to it and think about. Close your eyes. Absent yourself from any physical stuff right now. Merging it. Beautiful. Breathe in, breathe out. Yes. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, open your eyes. Open your eyes. Open your eyes. How was it? How was the experience? Let me get you out of that a little bit. How was the experience? How was the experience? So what I want you to do is to set 2 or 3 alarms, depending on your day. But I believe every one of you have a waking moment and you have a sleeping moment. No matter how busy you are, you have a waking moment, you have a sleeping moment. So set an alarm for your waking moment, set another alarm for your sleeping moment. And then name the alarm. And most likely put the recording of whatever the alarm is supposed to ring to say meditation time. So your waking moment, make sure your alarms always ring. And all you need is go to YouTube, probably type relaxing music for meditation, anything like that. You see different ones. Just play one. Try to be calm. Your waking moment is always going to be quiet, but most likely a lot of you wake up early in the morning. Your sleeping moment is most likely also going to be quiet because a lot of people are probably asleep. So you need some of this music to help you appreciate your emotions more. All right? Then you want to create, because what you are creating is a bunch of memories. You're creating a bunch of memories of yourself driving the car, of yourself living in the house, until your mind accepts that that is your reality. Then I will tell you what will start to happen. All right, so you want to set the alarms so that you will do this consistently. So take your time after this course, write what you want, the amount of money, and write all the things you intend to do with the money. All right, then you pick it, each of them, and take time. It can take 5 minutes, it can take 10 minutes, depending on the time you have. Minimum 1 minute. And just imagine yourself doing it and attach emotion to it. Some of you will have to shout while you are doing it. Some of you will have to dance while you are doing it. You do something crazy, it doesn't matter. These people, when they do, they have special room where they do their own whatever. All right. So you got to do those things. So that's the first part. The second part is that you now write a confession saying that you already have the things you are thinking about. That you're already doing those things. You already have those things. You're already doing those things. So you got to say those things to yourself. All right? You got to confess it every day. So you write your confession. I'm going to create some kind of confession for us. I didn't have anything written, but I'm just going to say them as they come to my mind very soon. Now, what is going to begin to happen to you? Please listen to this. You're going to activate what we call a personal recognition system. PRS. Personal recognition system. Personal recognition system will be activated, which means the things you are speaking and thinking and meditating about, you will begin to recognize it around you. If it is money, the money is not going to be created. The money exists in the pocket of a lot of people. Remember, they gather the water, which is effort of many, contributions of many, input of many, put it into the vessel, then they draw out wine. Better wine than any other wine anywhere. All right? So that is what will begin to happen. People will begin to bring opportunities your way. How did I move from homeless that year to having over 27 million? Very simple. When I stumbled into this, opportunities started to come. Somebody told me about a program. I said no to him. Another person did not tell me about the same program, but brought a job for me to do for the owners of the program. The same program I said no to. So while I accepted the job, of course, while I was working on the job, wisdom said to me that, why don't you do this thing? And I looked at it. I said, their logo is bad. Let me help them redo the logo. I did the logo. I charged them high. They paid. Really? So I told the person who gave me the job, it was a video I was supposed to make for them. The person said to me that you must register on this program. I said, somebody had told me before I'm not doing. He said, no, don't worry. I will register you with my own money as part of thank you for making the video for me. So he registered. And after he registered, I called back the first person that told me. I said, Komos, looks like that thing you said. I'm interested in the business. And that was how I jumped in. And that business, in 3 months of doing it, I made my first million and a couple of more millions. But by the 6th month of running that business, not even up to 6 months, about 4 or 5 months of running that business, 25 people became millionaires through me under the same opportunity. Under the same opportunity. So opportunities will start coming your way. Information will start reaching you. You will start to recognize things that are always been around you that you do not know could give you money. People will begin to happen to you, begin to talk to you, people will speak to you. You begin to see things differently. Why? Because you have created the atmosphere that will make these things work for you. Don't doubt if your ads will work or not work. Speak to the ad. Sit and meditate on the ads, on the conversion you want, and go out there and do it. You'll be shocked. You'll be shocked. This is number one juju reloaded, or number one anointing reloaded, or number one whatever you call it. Everything is the same. They are all the same. If you're a Christian here, give thanks for all the things that you are thinking and you have written has already happened. Just give thanks. Next time you go to your church and they say, Father, every enemy from my father's house, what are you waiting for? Die. While you are praying, while they are praying, die, you be saying, Father, thank you, because my life is above the attack of any principalities or power. Because you said in your word that this and this and this and this and this. If you don't know any Bible, let me just dash you one. He that sits in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty, and no weapon formed against me shall prosper. Thank you, because you have written that, and your word are yes and amen, they never fail. Hence, no evil can befall me, neither shall any plague come nigh my dwelling. Thank you, because my life is progressive. Thank you, because my business has made a lot of money. Thank you, because my business is now doing giveaway. Thank you, because this and the rest are saying, Father, send money. Father, send. You will see the difference in your life and theirs. Why? Your own mind will be open to ideas, will be open to opportunities. You will begin to find your own self, your own life at the right place at the right time. Things will begin to happen for you. You will recognize opportunities, while they will remain there for the next 25 years shouting. So how does this work? Good example that I always give was my first car. I'd never seen the car before, went to a car dealer in Lagos, and then we're looking for a Benz. There's this very CLS 500. I don't know if anybody knows that car. It's a Benz. It's a saloon Benz. That car is one of the best type of Benz that I've ever seen, really. So that's what I wanted, but we'll go to Tinkan and we couldn't find that Benz. The only person that said he has one Tokumbo, one used that. I've got angry with the person that was even telling me, this is what I wanted. So we went there, and whilst we were looking for that Benz, we couldn't find it. We saw this Lexus car, wine color. I'd never seen it before in my life. It was so unique. I sat inside. The guy said, one day, this car is your own. This car, it fits you very well. I said, this guy, I was smiling. He said, hi. The guy was just hyping me. Oh my God. He now did something that finished me. He just turned on the AC, put a CD, turned on the speaker. When I started to feel the bass, din, 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 and the AC touched me, the smell of the new car now, hey, I said, my friends, the people we went together, an uncle, a friend, and all that, they were saying, in my mind, I said, if I hear I leave this place without this car, if I hear that I leave this place without this car, I was in love with the car. I connected. There was an emotional connection. Then it activates the personal recognition system about that car for me. So whatever it is you want, you can also have that emotional connection. That click needs to happen. with your emotion, because that guy hyped my emotion about the car by making me feel the AC, making me hear the sound system. That's why I always teach my students, go to places where they sell the car of your dream, dress well. Go with 1 or 2 people, they will look like bodyguard or PA. Let them dress well. Go there. They will allow you to even test drive in some cases. At least they will open it for you, sit down on a feed the AC too and start to do your confession inside. I drive home this car. This car is mine. Wind up so that the owner will not hear you. You do your stuff about the car. It's crazy. Go to the house of your dream. Call the real estate agent. Say you want to do inspection. Enter, cook noodles in that house. Feel it. Snap picture. Do, this is my house. This is my sitting room. This is my whatever. You know, the agents will be smiling, but they don't know what you are doing, ladies and gentlemen. They don't know what you are doing. So that connection creates personality. So when we got back to the city I was living then, which was Oshogbo, remember I'd never seen this car before, but I just bought it. We got in late in the night. The next morning, I saw about 3 different color of the car that I've never seen before. In 1 week, I saw the color of the car in Oshogbo, not Lagos. So it means that the moment I had that connection, I start to recognize that car everywhere. Some of you who have done Owambe, they have picked a particular cloth pattern. You have never seen it before. You loved it. You connected. So this is what we are wearing. Oh, nice one. Then the moment you left where you went to collect that Ashwebi or where you saw that Ashwebi, you start seeing somebody hawking granuts across the bridges wearing your Ashwebi. There's a shirt that used to say my super shirt. My super shirt. My friend, Dr. Ayo, knows that shirt. He used to make jest of me. Until one day I saw a guy hawking granuts. He was wearing my super shirt. There's another shirt I bought. It was the most expensive shirt ever that I bought. I only wear that shirt like 2 times a year for special occasion. Special occasion. I think it was a mechanic guy that wore exactly the same shirt. So you start to see the Ashwebi everywhere. Why? Because there's a connection for it. It's possible that person has been wearing that clothes every day, rocking granuts. You never thought about it because there was no recognition activated. But the moment it's activated, you will recognize it. So the same way, your car, you will recognize it. The moment you connect with it, how it will happen, you will start to recognize it. Your brain will start to do mathematics that will make things work for you. This is how to create personal experience. This is how to create wealth. This is how to build anything and everything that you want. This is how to create anything and everything that you want. So those of you on Zoom, you're going to join me for the confession so that we have effect for the people who are watching elsewhere. So I'm going to allow you to unmute yourself. If you know there is no noise where you are, unmute. If there is noise, don't unmute. If not, I'll just mute everybody back. If you know there is no noise, unmute. If there is noise, please remain muted. So let me put in our relaxing music. Okay, fantastic. So whatever I say, you say it after me. Everybody say it after me as well, so that they will be able to follow this. And we want to do this about wealth. Remember, this is about the secret of wealth. We're building wealth here. So that's what is available to us. So let's do this. Say it after me. My name is Sam Harvard. I have abundance.
I have abundance.
I have abundance.
I have no lack.
I have no lack.
All my needs
I have no lack.
are met.
All my needs are met.
All my needs are met.
I have more than what I need.
All my needs are met. More than what I need.
I have more than what I need.
I give to people freely.
I give to people freely.
I give.
I don't chase money.
I don't chase money.
Money run after me.
Money
It runs after me.
I make people millionaires.
I
I make millionaires.
I make people millionaires.
You make people millionaires.
I have no lack.
I make millionaires.
My businesses are working.
My businesses are working.
My businesses are working.
I am expanding all over the world.
I am
I'm expanding all over the world.
I attract great ideas.
Attract great ideas.
Attract great ideas.
I attract great opportunities.
I attract great opportunities.
I meet quality people only.
I meet quality people.
These are my realities.
These are my realities.
My bills are paid.
My dreams are
My bills are paid.
My bills are made.
My bills are paid.
My bills are made.
My bills are paid.
I am owing nobody.
I am owing
I am owing nobody.
I sponsor real estate projects.
I sponsor real estate projects.
From the leftover of my income.
The leftover of my income.
I do not make mistakes.
I do not make mistakes.
My strategies are well calculated.
My
strategies are well planned.
I live in abundance.
I live in abundance.
I do not make money in naira.
I do not make money in
naira.
I make money in US dollars
Make money in US dollars.
and bitcoins.
Make money in pounds. Wow.
I have more and more. And I give to many and many and many people.
I give to many and many people.
I'm a giveaway master.
Giveaway master.
I don't look for giveaway. I give to people.
I give
to people.
This is my reality.
This is my reality.
This is who I am.
This is who I am.
My name is Sam Harvard.
my name.
It's Princess Lauren.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Come on, make a shout. Woo!
Wow.
How did that feel? Make a shout. Come on. Amazing. Oh yeah. Ooh. Fantastic. So guys, this is the deal. I want you to go and work on this. Set an alarm. Make this part of your life. Make this part of your life. Whatever it is you want. It doesn't have to be money. Like I said, it's not money you're going to do. It's what you will do with the money. That is what you're going to do. All right? Some of the things that you want are going to just be given to you directly. You know, they're just going to give them to you directly. So keep testing these on little things to build your confidence. And the more your confidence is built, the easier it will be for you to experience everything that you've always wanted. I want to thank you for listening to me on this short notice, for learning with me the secret of wealth. There are 3 things. 1, whatever it tells you to do it. Obedience. So later, just do it. Number 2, your words are powerful. Watch your vocabulary. Number 3, your mind. What you think is what you see. These three, if you do it with this therapy I just gave you and this confession, write your own confession. Write it as something that is already happening or that has already happened. If you can write it in your local language, fantastic. But if you understood English more, stick to English. All right? And do that confession minimum 2 times a day. If you can do more, great. Set alarm. Do your meditation. Your meditation is close your eyes, get a relaxing music if you can. If you can't get a relaxing music, get earpiece so that you can listen to it and nothing around you disturbs you. And then think, close your eyes and just go. When you are flying, instead of wasting time, plug in a relaxing music and start to meditate all through the flight. Don't go into a flight thinking, hey, what if we fall down? What if we crash? That's thoughts. Don't allow it. All right? When a bad thought comes, this is the way to counter it. Use words. Words are more powerful than thoughts. Remember, it's the twin. So when a bad thought comes, use word to counter it. Speak that word consistently until your mind gets a reset and start to think about the right things. All right? So work on it. Guard your heart with all diligence, for out of it flows the issues of life. It is very important. It is well with you. Thank you for waiting with me till this time and learning the secret of wealth. I hope with this few points of mine, I've been able to convince and not convince you that you can be anything you want to be. Anything you want to be. If you ever love anything I've done and you wonder how I do it, this is my secret, guys. This is my secret. Yes, as ideas now come, some of you will need to learn skills. Some of you will need to cultivate relationships. So all these other things needs to happen, all right, so that most of these things will work. All the things you were thinking of doing before, that whatever, that are nothing except these 3 things are practiced effectively. God bless you. Thank you very much for staying with me. This is the end of the broadcast.